everyone, Christy here with PK1kids.com, and I have in front of me the entire pre-kindergarten package Exploring God's World from Sonlight. This is such a wonderful, beautiful package. I cannot wait to show you everything that is included in this. If you have a preschooler at home and you are just so excited to start homeschooling that you want to start right now, or maybe you're worried and you want to make sure that your preschooler is ready for kindergarten, or maybe you've got a 4 or 5-year-old at home and you just don't know what to do with them all day. Well, this pre-kindergarten package from Sonlight is an absolutely wonderful way to start homeschooling your kids. All right, you guys, I have everything here on my kitchen table to show you everything that's included. I'm going to show you everything that's in this package, and then I'm also going to take you through a sample lesson plan for one day so that you can see everything it entails and what you would be teaching in a typical day. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you 5 my top reasons why we absolutely love this curriculum. And I'm also going to let you in on a little tip on how to enter a giveaway so that you can possibly win this whole package for free. All right, so the heart of any curriculum package from Sonlight is their instructor's guide. And you can put your instructor's guide in a big binder like this that you can get from Sonlight, or you can just use any binder that you have. It's going to come in a package, and then you'll put it in this binder and separate it out by week. Now, if you have a big binder like this, you can use this with the dividers. This has a divider for every week of the year for a 36-week program, actually. But we actually really like these little sticky tabs, so you can use your own binder and then use one of these. This is a sticky tab that kind of show you what this looks like. It's like a little Post-it. And I actually really love these. They're so helpful for so many different things. So you can actually just use a little tab like that and then just advance it forward every week, right? So you're going to put this in some kind of binder, and then every week you're going to open it to the week that you're doing, and you're going to put together all of your books that you'll need for that week. So we actually, Sonlight sent me this really awesome bag. I really love this bag, you guys. I know I nerd out about the smallest things, but I really love this bag. And so I highly recommend buying one, actually, if you're going to do a Sonlight curriculum. But what's cool about it is I can put like the Bible book in the front, and then there's a little pouch inside. I mean, I don't know what it's officially for, but I found that I could put the math manipulatives in here, so it's really cool. And then everything you need to teach an entire week worth of curriculum fits in this bag. So there are so many beautiful books and components to this curriculum package, but what's cool about it is every weekend you just go through and look at the instructor's guide, and you'll just kind of go through one week. I'll show you here my sample page here. So you're going to go through every weekend, or whenever you do it, once a week. It can even be on Fridays are a good day to prep. This is a 4-day lesson plan. So you only are doing this for 4 days out of the week, which we really love to do the 4-day week. So you're going to go through and get every single one of these items that you'll need for the week and pack that into your bag, or you can use a basket or anything that you want to organize your work. All right, so this curriculum package includes all the different subjects that you need to teach your kiddo. First, we have Bible. So they have this 101 favorite stories from the Bible. And so you're reading a favorite story out of here every day or every week. And there's also a memory verse for every week. There's also a couple of readers that are written about missionary stories. So these are cool. There's also language arts, of course. They have this Dr. Seuss's ABC book and the First 1,000 Words book that they're using. And again, as you go through your day lesson plan, you're not reading the entire book every day, right? You're just reading little snippets out of it. And of course, this is a literature-based curriculum. So there's, of course, lots of literature and really great stories. So this is an American Tall Tales CD. These are a bunch of tall tales like Paul Bunyan and Johnny Appleseed. These are the stories on CD. So that's a really fun thing to do. And there's also all these beautiful storybooks. So this is Uncle Wiggli's storybook and the Lion Storyteller bedtime book. What's that one? and this children's book of virtues. So just all these wonderful storybooks that you read to your kids. There is also a bunch of readers, right? So a bunch of read aloud books that you're going to be reading to your kiddos, and they cover a lot of science and kind of social studies type of things. And let me kind of show you what that looks like. So they have this one book. This is the Berenstain Bears Big Book of Science and Nature. So there's a bunch of other books that are really beautiful and kind of go along with the science. So this is Eric Carle's Animals. So what's really neat is that every week you're studying a different letter of the alphabet. And like the sample lesson that I pulled out, they study M. And then there's a page in here for mouse. And so it coordinates with the letters. This is the year at Maple Hill Farm. And then how to dig a hole to the other side of the world. Why do tigers have stripes? What's smaller than a pygmy shrew? Is a blue whale the biggest thing there is? And how do you lift a lion? This was actually really cool. It talks about levers and things like that. Oh, and what's under the sea? So those are a bunch of books that are all kind of different science things. And what's neat is that you don't have to say, okay, now we're studying science. You just read to your child and you just explore the world through books. And that's one of the beautiful things about this curriculum. Now there's a bunch of books that are kind of in the history, social studies category. This is things people do. So again, you're just covering 1 or 2 pages out of these every once in a while. And then throughout the whole year, you're covering all this beautiful literature. This book is actually really neat. This is called People, and it talks about different people from all over the world and things that they do and how they're different and how they're the same. This is Stories from Africa. So, and then and now talking about, history and how things are different. The way people used to dress and the way people used to do things, that kind of stuff. This package also comes with 4 workbooks. This is Developing the Early Learner. So these are just workbooks that kind of take you through different pre-kindergarten kind of readiness skills. And they are sequential. So there's 4 books and they kind of build one on another. So your child will go through this throughout the year. Okay, your package also comes with these sensory letters. These are really cool. I actually made, it's so funny when I saw these in the package because I actually made this. I invented it. No, I'm kidding. I actually made this a long time ago. I laminated cards myself that showed how to write each letter. And then I used, I think, a glue gun with some of the glitter glue sticks that you can put in there and trace them so that my kids could go through. And we actually just put them in a bucket and took one out whenever we were practicing handwriting, and we talked about the letters that way. So that's actually really funny to see this. So these are actually kind of like sandpaper, and your kids can feel them. And of course, if you know anything about preschoolers, you know that tactile feedback is really important to them. So you're using these sensory letters often. And then you're also doing things beyond what is in the book. Like there are some different activities they have you do. For example, they have your kiddo trace letters in a sand tray. So you just make that out of sand or cornmeal or whatever you have. And then I actually like using these pencil boxes. So I got this from the dollar store. And what's really neat about it is that if you can get it just right here, it'll actually hold your card and then your kid can trace the sand in here like that. So we actually really like this for that, and you can fill this with different types of things, but you'll see in the instructor's guide, they'll tell you to do, some activities with the letters like that. So that's actually really cool. There are some additional activities that you do beyond what is in the box. So that's kind of neat. For their math readiness component, and I want to stress that it's math readiness, it's not actually math, because preschoolers don't really need to do that yet. So they have these simple yet super effective little beads. So these are singles and these are sticks of 10. And then they also have, again, simple and super effective, these little number cards. So a lot of the activities are simply just putting out a number and then counting out that many beads and putting it there. So there's a bunch of different activities that use this, and towards the end of the year, of course, they get into teens and stuff like that. So they can start counting a little bit higher. But I really love that component of this program because you don't need that much. Like You don't need that much. For preschool, they really just need to start being exposed to numbers and the idea of counting and kind of doing some sorting and things like that. There's also another component you can buy, which are plastic geometric shapes. And so every day you're doing a little bit of introduction about shapes. So I think that's very applicable for preschool as well. They do have this art book. So this is an art book for children. And what's really cool is it talks about like, for example, opposites. It introduces opposites, but it uses all this artwork to illustrate that. And there's also the first 1,000 words in Spanish as well. So you can begin introducing your child to Spanish. And again, these books, if you haven't seen them before, they're really fun. We actually like to do like a hide and seek, like a Where's Waldo kind of thing, if you're as old as me and you know what Where's Waldo is. So this is actually a really easy, simple way to just start introducing that there are other languages out there, and to kind of get that foundation. So that is everything that is included in this package. Again, I said there are actually additional activities that you can do. There are some like really simple science experiments that you can do in here. And also I really like that they have a practical life activity for every week. So to give you some examples, it might be to wash a bowl or like grate a stick of cinnamon on a box grater, that kind of thing. It's just really a sweet idea. It's things that you already have around your house and just ways to kind of talk about different, like, oh, we have to wash our dishes, that kind of thing. But while you're doing it, you're developing those fine motor skills. So I really like that added component. All right, so I have here my big blue Sonlight bag that you know I love so much. And I've gone through and I've packed it full of everything that I would need for one particular week. And so in here, like I said, I've got my Bible right here, my 101 Bible stories. And then in here, I have everything packed. So what you'll do is you'll sit down and you'll kind of start going through your things. So you'll take your binder out and open it to that day. And then when I pack this, I like to pack it with the spines up top. And then I can easily grab what book we're doing. So I have bookmarked the page here that I'm going to take you through right now. I know this is a big investment. So I know for me, I always want to know, like, what does it look like when I'm actually homeschooling and I'm doing a whole day's worth of lesson plans for all these books. Obviously, this is your homeschool. You can do it however you want. You can piecemeal it together. You can pick and choose the parts that you like. But if you're going to do the whole entire package as is, the way that it's laid out for you, I want to show you what that looks like in a day. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, oh, I should mention also that on the back of the schedule, it tells you step by step what to do for that day. And take this out. So it lists out here what to do every single day of the week exactly. It says, what to read, what pages. It has discussion questions to read after you read the story. So for example, in this week on day 10, you're going to read about Abram and Lot. And so it has questions. So instead of fighting over the land, what did Abram tell his nephew Lot? And then it has the answer so that you know what they're talking about. It says Lot could choose whether to go or to stay. So not only does this lay out what to do for each individual task that they're asking you to lead your child through, there's also additional activities down here. So for example, on day 12, you're reading in the book Things People Do about the builder. And there's an optional activity here that has to do with filling some water in a bathtub and just talking about the different things that are floating and what you can do to move the objects around. So that's actually really cool. Okay, so the first step on the sample day lesson plan is to read the story Abram and Lot in the Bible Stories book. So it tells you exactly what to do. It says first you're going to read pages 22 to 23 in this book. And then on the back of the schedule, it has discussion questions for you to talk about if you want to with your kid. There's also a memory verse. So next up, you're going to talk about the memory verse, which for this particular week is God loves a cheerful giver in 2 Corinthians 9:7. And you can talk about, it says generosity and what that means. So I share my things with a cheerful spirit. So just talking about that memory verse, if that's something that you want to do with your kid. Okay, next up is to go into the Lion Storyteller bedtime book. So you'll just go in your bag and you've already packed it for the week. And so that's this book. And then it says read the Rabbit and Tiger Go Fishing stories. That's on page 33. So you literally just open up to page 33 and you snuggle up with your kiddo and you read this one-page story. Some of the stories are 2 pages or longer, but that's a typical story that you would read in that. On a different day, you'll read from other books, like this book. There's a page talking about the mouse, so you'll read that. That's on a different day. And this continuing on this one day, you'll go to the first 1,000 words book, which is this one, and turn to page 38. It tells you exactly what to do. And there's a whole page all about me. So you'll go through and just talk about all the different names for the different parts of the body and everything that is on that page. Next up, you'll start practicing drawing the letter M in your sand tray. And so, like I said, I found this little pocket inside my bag. I know I won't shut up about my bag. Just love it. And so I have the letter M sensory card in here. And so you'll take this out and sit and just kind of practice drawing the letter M in your sensory box. Okay. Now on a different day, it is asking you to do the alphabet sheet that's inside of your instructor's guide. And I forgot to show you this earlier. So in every week, there are 1 or 2 pages for your child that supports what they're learning. So this is the letter M sheet with the little monkey on it. So your child will start practicing drawing the M's. And I just love that it's very simple and very short. And then there's another sheet in here for tracing the numbers. And that's it. That's all that they're doing in that. So, and that's just once during the whole week, just those pages. Okay, so next up, we have some pre-math or math readiness. And again, I have my little manipulatives here. So in this one, you're taking your number tiles and you're doing them one at a time and laying them out. And then your child is counting out the number of beats that go with it and setting them out. And then you're going to introduce the concept of a 10 bar. So once you have gone up to 10, you'll take out one of these 10 bars and count all the beads on them and see that there are 10. And that's it. That's a very simple. And then every day you're working on kind of the same thing, just matching up the number of beads to the number on the tile and then counting and making your way up to 10. All right, what's next? So next up, make sure I put these back in my little pouch. Next up, you're going to take your Berenstain Bears book and you'll take that out and you'll read a couple of pages in this book. Then you have your workbook, the Developing the Early Learner book, and this has just a page, 2 pages inside that you're doing. And then on one of the days, you'll have a practical life activity, and this is the one I'd already mentioned where they're grinding a cinnamon stick on a box grinder. I actually had my son do that today just just to see. He's about to turn 4 just to see how, and he actually did a really great job because I thought at first, oh, he's going to cut his little fingers, but he didn't. He was really smart about it and he did a really great job. I was right there with him, of course, but I thought that was really cute. And, you know, I don't know, he just loves working. He just loves doing things, like especially things that are like, you know, grown up things or things that you ask him to do. It's really sweet. That is a whole entire day. There are, like I said, optional activities you can add to this that will kind of give them other things to do as well. So if you're looking for a little bit more, there is more in here for the week, but that's what a typical day's lessons look like. And then you're done. And then you just kind of put everything back in your bag. And then the next day you do the kind of the same thing. All right, well, I hope that helped you just to be able to see everything that's in the package and understand a little bit how it works on the day-to-day. And that brings us to my top favorite things I love about this preschool, pre-kindergarten curriculum. So number 1, it's open and go. Like you've already seen, I absolutely love that Sonlight bag. And I love that you just pack up your bag or pack up your basket over the weekend or at the end of school on Thursday or Friday, and you have it all ready to go. And when it's time to do school, you just snuggle up with your Sonlight bag and you just kind of go through everything that it asks you to do. So I really, really love that. You know, you could also actually take out the pages from the instructor's guide for that particular week and just slip it in the bag, and that would be even easier or put it in like a plastic sleeve. And then it's really just pull out that sleeve and then just kind of go through. And then if you have the plastic sleeve, you could also be marking it if you wanted to as you get stuff completed. So that's another really cool thing to do. Number two, we read so many beautiful books when we're doing a Sonlight curriculum package. So these are literature based. So you are learning everything through the lens of the literature stories that they choose. I always feel like I'm not finding the best books for my kids. Like I feel like we're always missing out because I don't have my act together. So that's one of the things I really love about the Sonlight packages is that they are choosing all the books that my kids should read. And I always love their choice in books. So if you look at, your packaging, you first get it, you think, wow, by the end of the year, we will have read all of these books. And that's a really great feeling. Number three, I love that the math readiness is math readiness or pre-math is what they call it. And I love that it's super short and simple and it's exactly what preschoolers need and not anything more than that. So I know a lot of families, they get really excited about homeschooling when they have 4 or 5-year-olds and they try to do a little bit too much. And so when you're having a preschooler, you really just need to work on number sense, which you can do just like how Sonlight does, just simply counting out beads and working through, 1 through 10, and then talking about teens a little bit after that. Just as simple as just singing 1, 2, buckle my shoe is probably good enough, So I love that those math lessons are short and that they don't try to push you too much. Number 4, I love that it is a peaceful and effective introduction to phonics. So I know a lot of times we can go, again, a little too overboard on the phonics and like the pre-reading kind of thing. Really, your kids need to be introduced to all the different letters and the sounds that they make. And it doesn't have to be a very strict, rigorous type of program. Just simply reading to your child about different letters, talking about, oh, let's talk about the letter M, and M is for mouse. What sound does M make? Ma, ma, ma. It doesn't have to be this big, long thing, but just introducing that and just working with the letter a little bit. Every week you're working on a different letter. And then by the end of the year, probably will have all of their letter sounds down, or at least have that foundation to springboard them into kindergarten. And number 5, I really did love the practical activities. I love doing those little tasks together with my son. Just all the little activities they have, like having a tea party or juicing an orange, things like that. They're just such great activities to include. And you can always springboard off of them and do more or less depending on what's working for your week. I really hope this review has helped you. I know what it's like to be on the other side of things and to be looking at a really big curriculum package like this and wondering, is this worth the money? Is this a good choice? Am I going to regret it? That kind of thing. I do want to tell you that Sonlight has excellent customer service and they have specific advisors that will actually help you not only decide which curriculum package would be best for you, but also if you're trying to figure out how to use it or something doesn't make sense or you're trying to decide about between a couple different items, they have that support there for you. So absolutely take advantage of that. If you're on the fence or you're not quite sure what to do, give them a call and talk to one of their advisors. They're always very happy to help. All right, so if you're watching this video before August, or I think just anytime in August in 2022, there's a good chance you might still be able to enter the giveaway for this package. So head on over to my website at pk1kids.com and take a look. It should still be on my front page, but you can use the search bar to look for Sonlight Homeschool Preschool, and you will find the sponsored post that I wrote about this product. There's also more information there if you want to hop on over to check it out. Scroll all the way to the bottom and you will see a giveaway where you can enter to win this complete package totally free. So if you're watching this video right when I publish it, head on over there right now. Go do it right now, pk1kids.com, and enter that. Also, I have links below this video, of course, in the description that take you straight to the Sonlight's website where you can view this package on their product page and decide if this might be something that you want to buy for your kids. I hope this review has helped you in some way, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember to always follow the fun.